10 Missing Royal Tiaras Lost to Time. Once loved by royal queens, kept in deepest treasure vaults, simply gone missing. An icy plunge into the Baltic Sea sealed its fate. No guards, no heist, just a quiet, calculated throw by royal hands. It wasn't just any tiara. Handcrafted in the old empire, studded with old-cut diamonds and cold blue sapphires, its elegance whispered power. Valued beyond gold, its worth was far more symbolic than monetary. Why would someone toss that into the depths? Guilt? Revenge? Or a desperate act to erase a crown no longer welcome? No divers ever found it. No museum claims it. And yet, whispers of it still surface. Let's reveal the 10 missing royal tiaras lost to time. Before we start, don't forget to click the link and subscribe buttons so we keep creating wonderful jewel stories for you. Thank you. Princess Christina's diamond and pearl tiara. It was small, almost fragile, but breathtaking. A crown of seed pearls laced with old-cut diamonds, crafted by Ribhagen for Queen Sophia of Sweden herself. No towering frame, no exaggerated sparkle, just understated nobility. It whispered royalty. For decades, it passed quietly through bloodlines, from Queen Sophia to Princess Ebba, then to Countess Elsa Schedegren, who lived to 103. On Princess Christina's 21st birthday, Elsa gifted her the tiara, and with it, a legacy. Christina wore it at her sister's royal wedding balls, Nobel Prize ceremonies, and the Spanish state visit in 1979. It was her only personal tiara, unlike her sisters who received grander pieces. But this one tiara had a soul. Then came the shock. In 2012, a guest at her home, someone she trusted, opened her private safe. The tiara vanished. Hours later, in an act both cowardly and chilling, he stood on the Riksbron in Stockholm and threw it into the Baltic Sea. Divers searched. Nothing was found. A century of royal heritage, worn by queens, countesses, and a princess, gone in seconds. And that's the part no one forgets. The tiara wasn't just lost. It was stolen, betrayed, and drowned. Queen Maud's Pearl Tiara. It was a royal jewel born of two empires, British elegance, Norwegian destiny. Queen Maud's Pearl Tiara wasn't just any crown. It was her wedding gift from King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra, created by Garrard with upright pearls like soldiers encased in diamonds. A classic Edwardian masterpiece, delicate arches of diamonds rising into upright pearls, crowned with a large detachable centerpiece that shimmered with royal grandeur. But what if I told you the tiara you see today isn't the one she wore? Crafted in 1896, Maud wore it through her transformation from British princess to Queen of newly independent Norway in 1905. She paired it with diamond chokers and scroll brooches, dazzling Europe in state portraits and royal galas. After her death in 1938, while visiting England, her jewels stayed locked in Windsor Castle, surviving World War II in silence. Finally, in 1953, the tiara returned to Oslo. Queen Sonja wore it with royal pride until 1995, when disaster struck. The tiara was sent to Garrard in London for cleaning. But then came a shocking twist. Thieves broke in and stole it. No alarms, no recovery. It vanished without a trace, never recovered. Its last known value was a staggering $312,000. The Herwood Scroll Tiara. It shimmered under the chandeliers of Buckingham Palace, graced coronations, and bore the weight of a royal prophecy. The Herwood Scroll Tiara, crafted by Garnet in 1922 from the ancient Clan Ricard jewels, was no ordinary diadem. Its 6 diamond clusters, entwined with heart-shaped scrolls, could cradle either a central diamond or a sapphire brooch, the latter a wedding gift from Queen Mary to her daughter, Princess Mary. Princess Mary wore this masterpiece at her brother George VI's coronation in 1937, and again in 1953 for her niece Queen Elizabeth II's crowning. It dazzled at state banquets, Covent Garden galas, and diplomatic receptions, often paired with Queen Victoria's sapphire necklace and a Russian devant de corsage once owned by Grand Duchess Olga Fyodorovna. But upon Mary's death in 1965, the tiara vanished from royal life. Auctioned in 1970 for around $12,000 at the time, its sapphire brooch fetched roughly $13,200 separately. The buyer is unknown till date. Its whereabouts are a mystery. Unlike Queen Victoria's sapphire coronet, now displayed at the V&A Museum, the Herwood scroll tiara slipped into obscurity, its fate unrecorded. A jewel once prophesied to crown a king's daughter now lies hidden. Could it be resting in a private collection, unrecognized for its royal lineage? Or might it resurface, revealing secrets long buried? Only time will tell. The Bavarian Sunburst Tiara. It was worn at royal weddings, state galas, and even dazzled Monaco's palace crowds. Yet just 1 year after shining at a princess's wedding, it disappeared. Sold. Gone. The Bavarian Sunburst Tiara, once the glittering crown jewel of Spain and Bavaria's royal legacy, was auctioned off at Sotheby's in 2013 for a shockingly modest $180,000. A piece so regal, gone like that? Originally crafted in Munich and gifted by Queen Isabella II of Spain to her daughter, Infanta Maria de la Paz, in 1883, this tiara wasn't just a diamond headpiece. It was an architectural marvel. A central fleur-de-lis, symbol of the House of Bourbon, sat en tremblant, flanked by diamond rays that exploded outward like sunlight. It could morph into a necklace or aigrette, royal engineering at its most exquisite. Though Paz herself often wore a different tiara, the Sunburst became iconic under Princess Ursula of Bavaria, who wore it to the most glamorous royal balls across Europe. It even crowned a bride, Princess Maria Felipa, in 2012. But then, silence. Why would a tiara with such rich lineage vanish from public life? Who bought it, and why has it never been seen again? Rumors swirl, but one chilling theory still lingers. Was it deliberately buried to erase a royal scandal? We don't know. The Nizam of Hyderabad Tiara. 3 Cartier-crafted diamond roses, 1 grand, 2 smaller, once shimmered atop the Nizam of Hyderabad Tiara, gifted to Princess Elizabeth in 1947 by the fabulously wealthy Nizam himself. He instructed Cartier to let the young royal choose anything. She chose brilliance, a platinum tiara blooming with detachable English roses set en tremblant, and a matching necklace once owned by the Countess of Warwick. Worn throughout the early 1950s, from Canadian tours to state banquets, this tiara was a symbol of fresh royal elegance. But in 1952, after Elizabeth ascended the throne, it mysteriously vanished from public view. Why? In the 1970s, Queen Elizabeth II had the dazzling tiara dismantled, its diamonds repurposed to craft the Burmese ruby tiara, made with 96 rubies said to ward off disease. A jewel of sentiment sacrificed for a talisman of protection. The roses survived, worn as brooches to this day. But the tiara? Gone. Lost to history. Was it a necessary evolution or a royal mistake still quietly regretted? And what became of that £66 million necklace? That's another story. Maria Alexandrovna's diamond fringe tiara. It was breathtaking, like frost captured in diamonds. Grand Duchess Maria Alexandrovas' diamond fringe tiara shimmered with icicle-like brilliance, crafted in the classic Romanov-Koshnik style. A wedding gift from Tsar Alexander II to his daughter upon her 1874 marriage to Prince Alfred, Duke of Edinburgh. It symbolized the merging of two dynasties, Russia's imperial might and Britain's royal legacy. But this tiara's journey was far from calm. It passed from Maria to a youngest daughter, Infanta Beatrice of Spain, who wore it with 1920s flair, draped low across her forehead. During Spain's political upheaval, Beatrice sold it to a niece, Queen Maria of Yugoslavia. And just when it seemed safe in another royal vault, the monarchy in Yugoslavia collapsed. In 1960, Queen Maria's family quietly sold the tiara through Sotheby's for just $28,000 at the time. A surprisingly low price for a piece with such royal weight. After that, it vanished. No one knows who owns it now. It could be locked away in a private vault, or maybe it'll glitter once more at a gala. For now, this imperial masterpiece remains lost to time, its sparkle hidden, its story unfinished. The Rosenborg Koshnik. Garnets in tiaras? Almost unheard of. These richly hued, semi-precious stones are rarely chosen for royal diadems, making the Rosenborg Koshnik one of the most striking and unusual pieces ever created. Commissioned in the 1930s by Prince Viggo of Denmark for his American heiress bride Eleanor Green, the tiara was a daring blend of warmth and sparkle. At its center, a luminous natural saltwater pearl crowned with a bow of diamonds and garnet blossoms. Delicate swags, ribbons, and floral motifs danced across the Koshnik silhouette, topped by a detachable diamond riviere for added versatility. Crafted by Danish court jeweler Ore Draustio, the tiara merged Russian influence with Danish elegance. Princess Viggo wore it to high-profile events, including the 1935 royal wedding of Princess Ingrid of Sweden and Crown Prince Frederick of Denmark. With no children to inherit it, the tiara passed through royal hands, from Princess Margaretha to Countess Ruth of Rosenborg, who last wore it at King Harald V of Norway's 70th birthday. Then it vanished. After a failed auction at Bukowski's, it reappeared at Sotheby's in Geneva, selling for over $275,000 in 2014. And just like that, it disappeared into silence. No photos, no records, no trace. So who's wearing it now? The Poltimore Tiara. It was enormous, nearly theatrical in size, and utterly dazzling. The Poltimore Tiara shimmered like frozen fireworks, a marvel of floral scrollwork and diamonds crafted by Garnet in the 1870s. Originally made for Florence Lady Poltimore, it could transform into 11 brooches or a necklace, but its most unforgettable form, a full closed circlet, majestic and unapologetically grand. Only one royal ever owned it, Princess Margaret. In 1959, before even announcing her engagement, she bought it for $15,500 at the time. She wore it proudly to a state banquet for the Shah of Iran, then again at her 1960 royal wedding. The tiara, towering over her 60s beehive, became her signature. Her husband famously photographed her wearing it, in the bathtub. But after her death in 2002 came the heartbreak. Facing colossal estate taxes, her children auctioned it off. Christie's sold it in 2006 for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million, nearly 5 times its estimate. Its buyer? Unknown. Since then, the Poltimore has vanished into private hands, leaving royal watchers desperately wondering, will we ever see it again? Queen Elizabeth's Cartier Bandau. It vanished, just like that. Not lost in war, nor stolen in the night, but sold quietly, almost secretly by the widow of a king. Queen Elizabeth's Cartier Bandau, one of Belgium's most iconic royal jewels, was whisked away from royal hands in a private 1987 transaction that stunned insiders. Crafted by Cartier in 1912, this platinum tiara gleams with diamond scrolls and delicate leaf motifs, capturing the height of belle epoque elegance. Elizabeth wore it low on her brow in true 1920s Bandau fashion, radiant at weddings, dazzling at royal galas. But here's the twist. After Queen Elizabeth's death in 1965, it passed to her son, King Leopold III, then to his second wife Lillian. And without consulting the reigning King Baudouin or Queen Fabiola, Lillian sold it back to Cartier. No warning, no discussion, just gone. Today, it rests in Cartier's archive, far from the throne, still glittering but royally exiled. Queen Alexandra's wedding gift tiara. One of the most dazzling royal tiaras, gone from the face of this earth, vanished without ceremony, explanation, or even a whisper from the vaults. Queen Alexandra's breathtaking wedding gift tiara, once the crown jewel of an imperial love story, has become one of the great lost treasures of the British monarchy. Commissioned in 1862 by the future Edward VII and crafted by Garnet, the tiara was part of a spectacular diamond and pearl parure. It shimmered with 3 solid rows of diamonds and interchangeable top motifs, fleur-de-lis, diamond stars, and elegant knot designs. Strikingly versatile and regal, it was never worn on Alexandra's wedding day, but later became one of her signature pieces. The mystery? She left it to her daughter, Princess Victoria. And then, silence. As confirmed in the Queen's diamonds, Victoria simply disposed of it. Sold? Lost? Broken down? No one truly knows. All that remains are the matching necklace, brooch, and earrings, still worn by Elizabeth II. But the tiara? Gone, like a royal secret buried in time. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep sparkling.